ChatGPT just recently got an update, and ever since you can mass produce winning static ads without having to pay for expensive photo shoots or to wait for the content to arrive. And in this video I want to show you exactly how I use it in my agency to generate way more static content way faster, which you can then leverage for your ads to find more winning ads and to scale your brand. My name is William and I've generated over 20 million in sales for 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands with meta ads. And with that having said, let's get straight into the video. So here's an example chat with ChatGPT, and here I show you exactly like what the prompts are and how to generate the static ad content. And it's really simple. So basically you want to give it first of all your product, and then you want to give it some instructions or some basically templates of static ads or of content that you want to create. Now in this case I went for a jewelry brand that we work with. What you can also do if you like need not only hands of people but actually like whole models, you can go on Pinterest, find images there and then feed that to ChatGPT to get basically your product on the model in the location that they've shot in, and so on and so on. So let's go over this. First of all, this is the prompt that I've used. Really simple. I fed it a product image and then generate this ring on someone's hand. The hand should be white and from a woman of 30 to 40 years old. This is really important because of course we want to be the model or like the hand, basically just as the hand as those from the customer persona. So you always want to mention the customer persona when you generate like a model or a hand or anything else. And then I just also gave it some context. So the format is correct. It will be a static ad for Facebook ads with the format 1-to-1, but I will give you more information to refine later. And after a few seconds, ChatGPT basically generated this, which is already really strong. Like now you can see we have this ring on someone's hand. You don't have to pay for the photo shoot. You can just take this, download it, and then you can get your graphic team to actually design the headline, the copy, maybe some bullet points here, whatever you want, and you can just go for it and use it. What you can also do is basically ask it to refine it, to change something, to change some background. For example, if you do some research on winning ads for jewelry brands, you will often find that they shoot in front of pools. And for some reason, that water in the background basically stops the scroll really well and converts really well. So what I've done here is just asking, can you make sure it's a pan shot from above with a pool in the background? The pool can be slightly blurry as the focus is on the hand and the ring. And then it generated this. Now again, as you can see, now this hand suddenly looks much younger than this one. So it's important you actually still mention the persona every single time in the prompt. I haven't done it here, but if you do it, it will be correct. And you can see the ring is slightly different. So you just always still have to check for quality. But essentially this is how you can use it, and you can just ask to adjust things. Now I've done it here and played around with it a bit, and this is what I've got. So because the initial hand looked quite AI and younger, I asked it again, please make it photorealistic, top-down pan shot, white woman's hand, 30 to 40 years old, and a slightly blurry pool in the background. And this is what I got, already much better and much closer to this in the beginning. The texture of the ring is a bit different. So this is like the next feedback I'd implement. But after some prompts, after some back and forth, you can definitely get your perfect shot here. Now, another powerful thing that you can do is you can go on Foreplay or Adria or whatever you use, and you just search for, basically you source winning ads from competitors as you usually do during research. And let's quickly take a look at it. Of course, you want to set the filters to longest running to have actually winning ads, and also status still running. Now after setting this up, I found this ad, which is a simple collage and then a headline on top of it, and this runs for a very long time. So now what you can do is you can just download it and then ask ChatGPT to actually recreate the exact ad even with your own product. So I've done exactly that. I've asked it, can you make an ad in this format with the golden ring and change the headline at the top to 24 karat gold jewelry, because this is basically the USP of the brand. Now and then it almost did exactly that. As you can see, like the ring looks a bit different. There's actually like a collage of 2 photos, not of 3. So I asked multiple times to refine it, and that was the end product. Now again, the next steps from here would be still to ask it again to pay attention to all of these points, right? And then it would actually generate a much more realistic image. But as you already see, like basically taking an ad and actually regenerating the exact same ad, that is still something that they have to improve. But what you can definitely do is you can generate this type of static content and then just have your visual creator, your graphic designer quickly go into Photoshop and actually put a collage like this together or any other ad format. Another thing that's extremely powerful and that you can do with this is basically if you have already a winning ad and now you want to recreate this winning ad for different ethnicities or for different age groups, for different customer personas and so on. And this is exactly what you can do with this within seconds without having to hire again another creator and ship them the product and do the whole process. So basically what I've done now, I've downloaded the first image that it generated, and then I just asked, now remake this image but with skin that's black and of a 40-year-old. And this is exactly what ChatGPT did. Now again, the ring texture changed a bit. So in the next steps, I would ask it to basically just feed a picture of the original ring again and ask it to put this ring on the hand. But this is exactly how you can do it. And now you can again use this image as raw content for many different static ads and just recreate your winning ads, but for different ethnicities. In general, I've also found that this works really well with simple products. For example, now this ring had a texture, which is why it struggled a bit. If you have just simple shoes or a simple shirt or something like that, where there's not a certain pattern, but really easy for AI to basically understand and recreate, then it works even much better. So if you have a fashion brand selling something simple, this is exactly what you can do, and you will save a lot of model fees and shipping times and so on. Now with this strategy, you can create countless static ads, but it's still very important that they are backed by a proper creative strategy, by strong copy and so on. Otherwise, the content alone won't perform. Now, if you need help with that, this is exactly what my agency does for a handful of 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands. So if you're interested in that, click the first link in the description and schedule a free call with me to discuss. Otherwise, also check out this video where I explain exactly what systems you need in place for your brand to scale to 7 to 8 figures or even beyond. Keep scaling. See you there.